I don't really need a new friend, so.
Hi, this is Dina with Pretty Productive. Welcome back to my channel. Today what I'm going to be doing is a plan with me in my Hobonichi Cousin for September 26th through October 2nd. Now I did not plan or do budgeting for last week because our internet went down for 2 solid days. Now I was okay with that, my husband was not, but we're up and running again, so I'm back to filming. So what I'm gonna be using today is a kit from Two Little Bees, and this is not a Hobonichi Cousin kit. It's actually a partial kit that I have left from my memory planning, which is in a A5 wide, the kind of the vertical columns. But I can use certain things from this kit, like I think I can use the washi down below. I definitely can use the deco. What does not fit are the regular size boxes, but these would fit. And then I have pulled from my stash a couple of things. These are the translucent dots, and then the translucent kind of for deco. And then ignore that. I tried to put a rub-on on there and it didn't work. So I need to work on my rub-on skills since I have a ton of them. I also grabbed my column headers because I do use these on my to-do list. And then from the Coffee Monster Co., this is the Yay Money sheet. This was a sample from Bon Boutique. I do order my Hobonichi Cousin, the front pages from her shop. She is a Canadian shop, and she has really cute, very neutral things for Hobonichi Cousin, so I pulled that freebie out. And then some boxes from my shop. So I definitely need to print more boxes, but I did not do it. In fact, this one, yeah, this one's a no. Okay, so we're gonna be using pink and like 4 brown. And then on the side, I have my phone so that I can look at my schedule and see what is going on next week at work, or actually tomorrow, starting tomorrow at work. I did take some days off last week. We did a staycation. We were supposed to go to California, but we didn't get to go at the end because we had the wrong dates. And so we decided to do a staycation and just stay home. It actually was super fun and super relaxing, so I'm glad we made that choice. And then I'm gonna put this aside. The other thing that I pulled out, this is how I store my stickers. I have 3 of these books. So my main shops, and this is probably the question I get the most because I do have a very extensive sticker and kit collection. So my main sticker shops are Coffee Monster Co., Once More with Love, and White Deer Stationery. Those are the ones I tend to gravitate towards the most. So what I did was I purchased these from Samantha May Sticks, and I know that has something on it, I don't know what. And it comes with the book, and then you can buy the dividers that snap in and out, so you can kind of decide what you want your categories to be, and then I just labeled them with my label maker. So I took the ones that I had in my book, and I took like half of the page and put them in here. And then the other half of the page is still store. That way I know when I use them all in here, then I can just go ahead and go back there and finish off that page, or I make a note that I need to replenish that page if everything is in here. So I started with Coffee Monster Co. So this is my family tab, right? Yeah, family tab. And then this was everything that I would use in my memory planner for family. Then the Coffee Monster Co. Oh, I do have also Beneva Creations in here for certain things, and then White Deer Stationery. So I pulled this because I needed to pull a football one. So it's easier for me to know which category to go into because my sticker binders and this are set up completely the same category. So it makes it a little bit easier for me. And I actually have 3 books. So when I sit down to memory plan or to plan, I only need to pull the 3 books instead of pulling out all of my binders. So these are the 3 books that I have, and you can kind of see the categories. The other thing that I do, and I kind of keep these with me, is when I'm done with a memory spread, I put the extra stickers in here, and then I can pull from these as well. So this one is kits, and then I originally started just kind of taking the boxes. So this is almost all boxes, some kind of deco, check boxes, and then if I had just a few pieces left or a full box, I did go ahead and throw it in here. This book is pretty full at this point, but it's good to have kind of just some backup, some extra stuff in case I need it. So I always grab this as well. So let's go ahead and get started. I feel like I have not been on camera for a while, but actually it's only been 2 weeks. I do have a new setup. I am getting a new phone on Tuesday. So I did buy a light, and then my phone will actually be what I'm recording. Today I'm recording on my camera, kind of directed down through the light. So we'll see how this goes. But going forward, I'll be using my phone for a couple of reasons. One, I really need to replace my camera. The focus is going in and out. But I didn't want to replace my phone and the camera. So I decided my phone was more practical, and that is what I'm replacing. And then I will replace my camera if I don't like the way that works to film. Okay, I'm gonna start at the sidebar, and I forget which one I wanted to use. I think I wanted to use the one that said yes. So it is almost October, and I have yet to set goals for this year. I do not know what happened to my year. It has been a crazy year for me, but on the other hand, I have never gone a whole year without creating some kind of goals or intentions or something, and I have done nothing. So I definitely want to change that around for 2023 and just call 2022 a wash. Sometimes you just get through the year and that's a win, and I'm taking that as a win right now. And then as far as these, so this column actually is 1.5. So this one is wide enough for these elements. This one is 1.25, so I wouldn't be able to use the elements in this column. And then I did pull, oh, I put it away. I did pull a meal one out of here. Now this week my husband is out of town. Well, he's in town, but out of the house this week. They have him staying at a hotel because he is kind of, I hate to say the word babysitting, but he's got a group of high schoolers that he's kind of wrangling. I don't even know how to put it. So they can't be left at the hotel by themselves. So he is staying there with them, which means that he won't be home, which means I don't have to cook dinner other than just make sure that I eat something that's a little bit more healthy than what I've eaten this weekend. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put the washi down here this time. So I hope you are all doing well. I hope where you live, it is starting to feel like fall. I live in Arizona, I think you all know that by now. And it is still 101 degrees today. Okay, yeah, that's exactly what I was afraid of. Okay, I'll tape that later. And then this one, let's see if I can cut it on here before I cut it on there. I forget sometimes that even though this is a tiny little blade, it's pretty sharp. Let's see. Unless I'm cutting this, obviously. I am so ready for fall. I'm ready to get my jeans and my leggings out. I'm tired of wearing shorts. I would really like to be able to wear a sweater maybe one of these days. I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon. Okay, let's see if this fits. No, and I don't have scissors. Okay, I'm going to just try to cut it very gently. So do you all have your planners for next year? I have mine. I don't think this will surprise anybody, but I went with the Cousin again. And I'm also using the A6 for my journal writing instead of the daily pages, because I am liking the daily pages as a work to-do list and just keep all work and personal in one planner. But I don't like the way it looks with planning and journaling on the same page. It's just a hot mess. So I am going to go ahead and use the A6 Hobonichi, the English, I think they call it the day free one, or it's one page a day. It has a monthly calendar in the front, and then it's 1 page a day for my journaling. It's actually a smaller page too, so I kind of feel like it won't be quite so intimidating. Let me use these. If you've ever used this transparent matte paper, it does not give up the sticker quickly. So you kind of have to work. But if you cut it too deep so that it lifts easier, then it goes all the way through. So I do sell a lot of these in my shop because they are really useful, and just kind of, you can use them either as decor, like what I'm doing, just to kind of highlight the dates. But sometimes you got to work a little bit at it. This September has felt like a long month, even though it's gone fast, but I feel like it's just been here a long time. I'm ready for October, I guess. It's probably because we never got cold, so we never really got to enjoy, you know, this month where it normally would cool down. Okay, so that's set up first. Now I have got to put down something for fitness because I have not been walking, and I'm starting to feel like there's really not an excuse to not walk, because I can go in the evening or the afternoon now. It's a little bit cooler. So I've given up on getting back to the gym. So let's see, what can we use for that? Okay, I think what I'll do is I'll use these. Okay, let's go ahead and block work hours first. So I only worked 20 hours last week because I was gone for 3 days. So I really kind of feel like I can get back to the 40-hour work week, which would be amazing. So I'm just going to go ahead and mark 7 to 3. Now, unfortunately, my mom's memory care facility is in lockdown due to COVID again. Not that they've had it there, but they have it in the assisted living part, which means I will not be able to visit at least 2 weeks, and then they'll kind of give us an update from there. What I've been doing is bolting out at like 2:33 and making sure that I get there before her dinner time, so that timing has worked out really well, but that's not going to be an option for at least a couple weeks. It would actually, I'm fine with them being a little bit more cautious than, you know, making the families happy and having us visit. So I'm going to mark my walk at 6 a.m. though I know it more than likely will not be. Now, we just got a rowing machine because my brother-in-law had it and gave it to us. And I'm thinking I might try that like every other day in the morning, because that I can do at home and still have time to shower and get ready for work, versus driving all the way to the gym. And then definitely can walk in the evening, and on the weekend I can go to the gym. I don't really have the excuse right now that I have to make dinner and things like that, or have been, but I really do want to make sure I shut down my laptop and walk away when it's time to go work out. So I'm just gonna put the dots there from now, figure out what I wanna do each day, and then I'll put in what my activity was. So my goal has always been 10,000 steps, so that's about at least 4 miles. And so my path that I do is 3.5 miles. It takes me about 45 minutes. So I know if I do that path, I'll make my 10,000 steps for the day. And then let's go ahead and highlight this week. Just makes it easier for me to see. And then this is not my tan one. It's more gray. Let me see if I have my tan one. I do not. I have green. No. Okay, we'll use the gray. Let me see how that looks here. Yeah, it goes. So I have a very long to-do list that I am planning to get done while I have the house to myself. And I started last night on catching up with my memory keeping. So what I've been doing is I have been laying down the kit for the week, and then I've been adding each day at the end of the day. Instead of journaling it, I've just been actually completing it. And that just kind of takes a weight off me to get all the information down, because I know that I'm gonna just put it right in and I don't need to worry about that. So I am liking this. This is the way I used to do Project Life. So I think this will work well. Let's see, I'm just gonna, I don't know how I don't have a pair of scissors with me. Oh, there we go. Meals. So tonight, which is Sunday, the 25th, I'm gonna meet a friend for dinner. And on my way home, I'm going to go to the grocery store and get things to eat for the week. I do have some things here. I did an Instacart for Costco because I needed like water jugs and protein drinks and things that were really heavy. And I had a $20 coupon that was gonna expire, so it worked out perfectly. And the guy was great. He actually brought it in and put it inside my door instead of having me cart it all in, so that was a win as well. And then errands. My daughter is hosting a party here on Saturday for a friend of hers that is moving. So I need to get the house ready this week. I'm just gonna take a little bit each day and have it done. And she'll be here Saturday morning with her roommate, and they're gonna set up everything and do everything, but it's an open house. So I'm gonna try to get out of the house so that I'm not in their way. And just that way I can just, you know, go get stuff done that I need to do. So I'm gonna start with my to-do list before I even do work, because my work hours are pretty blocked. Let's see, is this blue or black? Black. Okay, so this is the Pilot FriXion. It is the FriXion Point Knock 04. It does have the metal body. I get them on jet pens. You can also, they're very refillable. So I buy a bunch of refills when I buy the pen, and it's actually works out perfectly. It is by far my favorite pen to use because it is erasable. And as long as you don't leave it outside in the sun, you're fine in the heat. So I am just going to make my little dots. It's amazing how much more time I have in my day when I am the only one that I need to worry about. Okay, so errands, I have an Amazon return. It's already in my car. I got caught up on Etsy orders yesterday, and then more orders came in today, so I am very grateful. Had a really busy month, which has been so nice and so grateful. So I need to get those done. I need to make 2 appointments for my daughter, one for a massage and then pedicure. And then work. Just need to remember to input my hours. And what I've been doing is inputting them as I go. That way I'm not having to write down like I worked from 7 to 5 or 7 to 4. I'm just going into the app and putting my start time and at the end of the day and then saving it. So that was a lot easier than me trying to remember to write it down and then go back and put the hours in on Friday afternoon. So that worked out well. So I need to clean up my yard. They're going to be out back and inside, so I just want to make sure the backyard is cleaned up. I can do the trash on Monday. Did the bathrooms today, so they won't be as bad. On the weekend, vacuum, dust, kitchen. I already cleaned out the refrigerator, which I love to do on Sunday because our trash is picked up on Monday. So I like to get it all done and ready to go out. For social, be plan with me, budget with me, October. I am changing my filming around on my budgeting part of my channel. Just, I kind of need a break from it a little bit. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the work schedule. I kind of feel like, and I know if I say this out loud, this will not be true, but my calendar looks pretty nice right now. All of our big projects got done about a week ago, so my first call on Monday is at 10 o'clock. I don't know why I always want to leave the A out of that. I do not know if I'm re-signing my contract or not yet, so we will find out. I have no idea what this meeting is about, so at 11:45, LRP. Full year 24 through full year 26. Okay. 12 o'clock AM status. So this is our entire group call. That one got canceled. Okay, not a bad day. And then 11 o'clock on Tuesday, launch readiness. 1 o'clock, conscious, beauty is Ulta, and then at 2 o'clock, markdown tracker. And then first thing on Wednesday morning, I need to send agenda. We have a launch readiness at 10. And 1 o'clock national calendar alignment. Okay, now that I've been there for 2 months, I start to now understand like what I'm gonna have coming up. It's not quite a surprise anymore. So on Wednesdays, we update the national calendar. I'm just gonna put calm report. I need to finish my at a glance. I got one done, I have another one, and then we are working on the holiday activation. So these two are actually already in my inbox. I just need to finish them. And then on Thursday, we have a call at 8, a call at 9, a call at 10:30. A call at 11:45. Call at noon. Not sure how that's gonna work, but we'll figure it out. Okay, so there's 2 options. So I'm gonna take this one off at 11:45 and move it to 1. I guess you should always read down on your calendar before you commit to anything. That's why I like erasable pens. So I get nothing done on Thursdays. It is, you just go call to call. And then the thing I need to do is market notes. So after every call, I do the notes and send them out. So I need to finish up some that are due. And then Friday, blessed, no calls. Okay, so Friday has been my catch-up day. I do need to take my daughter to the doctor at 2:30. She cannot drive after her appointment. And it's a 2-hour, she has to wait there for 2 hours. So they do have Wi-Fi. I'm just gonna go ahead and bring my computer and finish up anything that's not done. And then I already wrote down iPad hours. Okay, so then for the party that's gonna be here, it's gonna kinda, it's 11 to 5, so. And then at 1, I am going to lunch with a friend. And then Sunday, I'm taking my daughter for pedicures for her birthday, which is the following week. And then hopefully I'm making an appointment for her to get a massage afterwards. And then, let's see, I sold some things on Macari. I got those out on Saturday. I think those are my main things. And I always forget a lot, but you know, as soon as the camera goes off, I'm like, oh yeah, I should have added that on. So I used to put Post-it notes all over here when I was planning an errand Condren, and as things came up, I would write them down. But I'm finding with this particular planner that Post-it notes will tend to stick a little bit too much. So I've been kind of avoiding putting those on here. go ahead and put, it's a little bit too big. This will fit. No, it's still a little bit too big. This one will fit. I don't know why I had so much of this kit left because I've used it already, but just had a lot of extra. There was a lot of deco in this kit. I really want to jump in and start setting up my planners for next year, but I'm trying to wait and just make sure of what I'm doing before I start setting them all up. But I don't know about you, but this time of year, I'm ready. I'm ready to move on, ready to get going for next year. Got a little bit of time left. Okay. And then I am still doing my weight loss program, so I do have to make meals or at least prep meals because I cannot continue to eat like I've been eating because I will put all the weight back on. So I think that is everything for this video. My focus this week is definitely to get my at least 30 minutes, if not more, fitness in, whatever that might look like, to eat a lot better. Last couple of days have been a little rough. I kind of laugh because my husband will always say, well, what can you eat? And I'm like, gosh, I don't need you managing this for me. I'm fine. And then I told him this morning, I said, okay, I obviously need you to manage me because I don't eat like this when you're home. So definitely, you know, need that accountability. And then I'm pretty caught up at work. I feel really good. Even though I was out for a couple days last week, I got a lot done when I got back. So I don't feel overwhelmed then. I do need to check on if I'm signing my contract or not. Because if I'm not, then I need to call my old boss back and get back on the schedule. So I'm just gonna put contract and just find out. I think I will resign, but I don't know. I just don't know. And I hate not knowing. What other thing did I need to do? Oh, I need to set up my phone. So, phone. And then I am sending my phone right now back, and then they're taking that off the price of the phone. So, phone, and then I'll put return. They've already sent me the kit, so, and I've been doing that with all my Apple products because I find that I say I'll sell it outright, but it's a lot more work when you're selling it to somebody else than when you're selling it back to Apple, and it just takes right off the price of the new phone. So it's kind of a win-win, and this will be, I've done 2 computers, and this will be my second phone, so it's just much easier. Okay, I think that is everything. I hope you all have an amazing week, and if you have not done so already, please consider subscribing and hit the like button on this video. That helps push my videos up higher for recommendation. I do have a lot of new subscribers that have joined us lately, so I appreciate that and that support, and I will definitely do more of an introduction on my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great week, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
I don't really need new friends, so spend your time with me. Looking for someone.